what's happening on YouTube. If you haven't already, then consider liking and subscribing to my channel. So have you ever just paused and think and thought, what is the real purpose of life? Why are we here? Why are we existing? And sometimes you just forget what's ahead of you. Sometimes you think you're just working to live like you're on some sort of rat race wheel and it just never ends. You know, just take a pause, just take a gap. You know, life is for living, not for existing. You know, if money did, if money didn't exist, social media didn't exist, I think this world would be a lot easier. It'd be so much more easier. There'd be less mental health, less less social economic downfall, and life would be worth experiencing, making memories with your family and loved ones. You know, so many families now and friends get disparted because of outside factors like financial problems and job security, etc., etc. I just think people are just obsessing with making money to live constantly. I just think we should all just take a step back and just really just like live our lives. We really just live our lives. See the world. See the nature. Be outside. I want nothing more but just to live outside and be in the nature. You know, I'm not interested anymore in earning loads of money. Keep trying to like improve my life. As far as I'm aware, as long as I've got a shelter, as long as I've got food and water, that's it. I'm not really bothered about anything else. Really not. I've given I've given up on relationships as well. I just sort of told myself now I'm probably just gonna be single. So I'm just gonna enjoy what I've got left. But as I was saying on the point, life's for living. Stop existing. It doesn't matter what your situation is. You just got to live your life. You know, and yeah, and obviously like mental health as well. I do suffer with mental health like quite badly. Um, Especially recently. Because I seem to be you know relationships never seem to be working out for me. Um, yeah, so obviously mentally as well. It's good to keep your mind busy. You know, keep practical, keep keep being diverse. Keep trying to make experiences and just live your life as best as possible because you never know when your last day is going to be. And I just think the system's set up for you to fail. I really do. You keep working hard and hard and hard, but the government can just take what they want from you. So it's just never ending. It's never ending. It's best to have little, I think, than have more. It really is because then if you have little, you're not in constant pressure and constantly get ridiculed about what can be taken from you. You can have a more peaceful life. That's just my opinion. But I just think we all need to take a step back and just live our lives and just be free, just be one of nature, and just spend time with loved ones because you just never know when your last day is going to be. But anyway, I just thought I'd just have a quick conversation, just in general, just about life. If you think this is interesting, consider subscribing. Peace.